A peer-to-peer online RV rental marketplace. That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Wallabing, Wallabing, is founder and CEO Jason Carlson. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Fred.
Great to meet you. Give us the overview of what Wallabing is all about and how you got started.
Well, I guess the simplest way to explain how we got started is just I wanted to bring what I grew up with myself, getting out there and experiencing the outdoors and all the wonderful things that the world has to offer. My family and I did the whole RVing thing my entire life, and I just thought it was such a great and awesome experience. I wanted to bring it to others. And then as I looked around, I noticed there were so many idle RVs just sitting there. A lot of people didn't use them at all. My family rarely used theirs, just a week or two a year. And I thought, man, there really is something here that we can put together. People can make some great money, in some cases replacing their current income while also living that great lifestyle. And so I put those together. And Wallabing just kind of steps into that spot, putting owners of RVs and those seeking to have that wonderful experience together in a nice seamless experience.
So step us through how this works, because lots of questions, I'm sure, from RV owners and from potential renters.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as a renter, it's something you're probably already really familiar with. Much like renting a car or booking a flight for an airline or something like that, you just go on, key in kind of the dates you're looking for and where you would like to rent or where you would like to be. It brings up the inventory, you grab that, and off you go. For owners, the process is also very simple. Once you log on, you have a single page sitting there that lets you put in the length, how many people can be in the RV at a time, how many seat belts, how many people it sleeps, a lot of the amenities, if you offer extras, if you offer delivery, things like that. And once you get all that entered, same thing, you hit publish and you're ready to go. What Wallabing does between the renter and the owner is we step in and we offer industry-leading insurance, comprehensive collision and comprehensive both, up to $1 million in liability, and so we take care of both the renter and owner there. We do background checks on the DMV checks to make sure that the owners are very comfortable in who is renting out their vehicle. And then on top of that, we have roadside assistance so that the renters also feel safe and secure in their trip, because it can sometimes be a new and fun, albeit challenging experience to hop in one of these and go down the road. You want to feel like you're being taken care of, everything is safe and secure. And so we handle all those. So there's really nothing to worry about, and everyone can just focus on the fun and the adventure, and owners can just focus on making some money.
And if, as you said, an RV is only used a couple of times a year or a few weeks out of the year, I suppose for the renters, this is a pretty attractive option without a long-term financial obligation.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's one of the biggest things. RVs have been sold for the longest time to us as our second home and our home away from home. But the reality is that they're a lot more similar to a car than they are to a home. They almost never gain value. They frequently depreciate. So unless you're using it a lot, that can be kind of an issue. And so there has to be that middle ground. There's some people that are only going to use it the one time this year for a couple of days, or maybe once every few years. And that's where the renters can come in and, like you said, not take on all the financial obligations, because you also have other pieces, the storage, the insurance, all the different things that come along with the cost of ownership, maintenance. And again, that's where with an owner, even if you're using it for 20, 30 days a year and it does make financial sense to you, there's still all that idle time where you're going to pay for storage no matter what. You're going to pay for insurance no matter what. And so it's a great way to help you there as well.
Interesting. So what is it that sets you apart from your competitors? I think there are a bunch out there these days.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a few main competitors, a few kind of bigger people on the block there, some others trying to get in. I think the biggest is our powerful concept of, and you may have seen our tagline, where owners make more and renters pay less. I think there's two main differences with us. That alone is the first one. We offer a way for owners to make a lot more money. Owners are never charged a dime on our site. They're not charged to list. And if they say they want to make $100 a day, list their vehicle, rent it out, that's what they're going to make. On the renter side, renters also pay less. Unlike most of the competition that you mentioned, we only charge on the nightly fee, not on the insurance, not on the add-ons, not on anything else. And what that ends up meaning is a savings to the renter of 25 to 35% from our closest competition. And that's money that can be spent on other fun things on your trip, the sites and all the other stuff you want to do. Outside of that, we've also set out to really simplify the process. We distill it down. We've talked to a lot of owners and a lot of renters, and our focus is really on getting rid of any extraneous and extras and focusing on just what you need to make this trip happen, to be safe and secure and have the best time you can.
How do you handle the learning or learning curve that may be needed here from driving an RV to the many other functions of a vehicle?
Well, that is a good question. I think honestly, even for an experienced RV owner, sometimes it can be challenging even just getting into a new vehicle. But one of the wonderful things our Wallabing does is we have a checkout process and a check-in process. When you go to meet the RV owner for the first time, you have to kind of walk through and check down every single thing you want to do. Most RV owners also will sit with you and go for a short drive, answer any questions you have. And I think one of the neat things is that I don't know, Fred, how familiar you are with RVing, but the community itself is one of the most welcoming and friendly that I have ever seen. It's unbelievable. No one wants to talk about their RV more than an RV owner. And when we connect the RV renter and this potential owner together, they then are in a direct line of communication and start talking all that through. So if they want to set up that drive, they want to set up the walkthrough, they can do all that together. We're also going to be posting, it's a little bit different from the in-person, but we're going to be posting some great new videos and things for people to take a look at. But all that being said, sometimes renters just never want to drive an RV, but still want that experience. One of the great things on Wallabing is a lot of our owners actually offer delivery and setup. So you can still get that great experience without having to actually drive the vehicle down the road, hook it up to your truck or vehicle if it's a trailer, any of those things. You can just show up to the lake, the amusement park, the event, the concert, wherever you're going, and just jump right into the fun.
Without ever having to drive the vehicle. Interesting.
Without ever having to drive it, exactly. So.
Very, very cool. Now, there are different types of RVs too. I mean, so some that you drive, some that you tow.
Exactly.
You have the full range here?
We do. We have the full range, and they range, like you said, when I grew up, we had a tiny little, what they call a pop-up, which looks basically like a little box that you pull behind your vehicle. And you, back then, not so much anymore now that they're electric, but back then you would pop in a crank and crank it up and the top would pop up and it would be like a tent out of a box almost. So they range from something like that all the way up to the huge big buses you see. I don't know if you're a sports fan, Fred, but John Madden famously didn't fly. He drove his bus all over the country. It was something similar to that. So those giant, 40, 50 foot long vehicles with all the amenities at home, marble floors and chandeliers, they can get pretty outrageous. So the range is all across the board. On Wallabing, we have all those different classes from a pop-up all the way to the larger buses. It just depends on what you're looking for, what fits your family and your needs.
And this is a different experience, is it not, than staying in a motel or a hotel and taking a road trip that way?
It absolutely is in every way. I think when you go on vacations, there's a time and a place for all of them. Whether it's a cruise or a hotel or a resort, wherever you're at, And I think that's what's great about the world we live in today is we have so many options and choices. But I think you've kind of hit on the best thing about an RV vacation. When you're in a hotel or on most other trips, you open that door and you always start your day looking into a hallway and then walking out to a parking lot and so on and so forth. On an RV vacation, once you're at your destination, you open your door and you're right there. You start from the second that door opens, and not to mention the views and the scenery every morning when you wake up, and it encircles you. Your vacation is all around you. And one of the other wonderful things about that too is RVs, a big part of it is how you get there. And so often in life today, it's always just about what happens when, what happens when we're there. With an RV vacation, it even starts before you get there. There's so much fun to be had on the way. New stops, things you can see. You can pull in and check out a new destination along the side of the road that may not even be on your itinerary. And those can be some of the best pieces and best memories you'll make.
And now you are giving investors an opportunity to jump in with you. Tell us about that.
We absolutely are. Yeah, we actually just launched this morning with a company called WeFunder. We're at wefunder.com/Wallabing. And we thought, it's the RV experience and everything we've been talking about, bringing people together, this wonderful and large community. What better way to grow our business as we seek investment than do the same thing there? And that's where WeFunder comes in, where we can put together this awesome package for everybody. And you don't have to be a big investor. The investment starts as small as $200. You can just jump right in and grow along with us.
For more info, where do people go?
You can go to wallabing.com. A lot of information there. We'll have the Invest Now button up. You can also learn more about us. You can see us on Instagram in the same way at #GoWallabing. And if you wanted to invest and jump straight and learn about us there's a great video about us posted up on WeFunder, and that's at wefunder.com/Wallabing.
Terrific. Again, the site is wallabing.com. Jason Carlson, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Fred. I had a great time. I really appreciate it.